Hey guys, this is going to go over your ACT student report. What I have now is downloaded a sample from ACT, so it will look exactly like this. Whenever you get the ACT report, you will have your paper that will be front and back, and then it will open up and have all of your information on the inside. So on the very front page, it will have this. It will look like, or on the back page, it will have your information. Double check that and make sure that your name is spelled correctly and your address is correct, spelled everything correct, same right zip code, all that, because that is what ACT has on file. So if you did not put something in correctly, it will reflect on there. On the very front, talks about ACT services and their policies, how you can contact them, and any questions that you may have. Whenever you open it up, on the very top left, we'll have your name and your ACT ID. If you have taken it multiple times, you should have one ACT ID. If you have multiple ACT IDs, then we need to get together and contact ACT and have them merge that together and make sure that it is. That could impact your super score, that could impact scholarships later on, that sort of thing. So you need to make sure that you have one ACT ID. So all of your, every time that you take the ACT, your scores get reported together. Talks about, it says Frontenac High School, our school code is 171040. Our test date was November 2022. A lot of times in colleges and scholarships will ask the exact date that you took it. This report only has the month and the year, so it's important to note November 1st, 2022 is when you took this at school. Next, we have composite. Then we have math and science. STEM is a combination of an average of your math and science, and it is its own entity. That's why it's green. English, writing, and then we did not take the ELA or the writing portion, and then ELA would be combined of all three of those. However, since we didn't take the writing, all of ours will have dashes in the writing column and NA in the ELA column. So you do not need to worry about that. Here you can see what your score was and then your score range. So that's about where you would fall estimated taking it again. Is estimate of your educational development. I'm in the second paragraph that says your score range, and right here. And going back and forth through the composite. The U.S. rank. This is a comparison and showing how you ranked among students throughout the U.S. that took it at that same test administration. So not all of the kids for the whole year, just that November 22nd date. So where you ranked, and then it separates out between math, science, English, reading, and then also STEM and ELA, and then also where you fell in the state rank. So we're looking at national, and then we're looking at state rank. If you are wanting to improve your scores, this section right here with the detailed results is what is going to be really important and helpful to you. So every ACT has different sections that make up each portion of the test. So looking here and looking at an actual report of a student that took it here, we had numbers and quantity, preparing for higher math, there were 35 questions, and those were divided out into numbers and quantity, algebra, functions, geometry, statistics. Then we had integrated essential skills and modeling. Then you will see the percentages here where they're at. Science, there is your score, and there are the different subsets of science. English, there is your score and the different subsets. And then reading, your score and the subsets. What I would suggest for students is if they want to take it multiple times, which is completely fine. Over here they have a graph about typical composite scores if you retest it, and how 56% of students had an increased score. 24 were decreased and 20 had no change. The way you're going to increase this score, if you want a better composite score, that means each one of these subsets needs to be higher. So if this was mine, what I would recommend to do is look and see, okay, where was I the lowest in? My lowest areas were science and math. That's actually right on me. So science and math. So I would look at this and really go through what areas did I do well in and what areas did I not do so well in. So I would start looking at, I would drill down on functions. And you can literally, if you have Magoosh, you can go to the math portion and you can search up just questions and videos on functions. Statistics and probability. Then I would go on to, where would I go on to next? Algebra and geometry were right at the same on this section. So I would start at wherever I scored lowest and then work my way up. Same thing with science. I would really, really, really work on some scientific investigations because I only scored a 20% on that. And then the evaluation of models, inferences, and results. Those are going to be a lot of those charts and graphs and models. Got 1/3 of those. So you can either Google those, you can utilize Magoosh, but getting each one of those sections up is going to help your overall composite score. Remember, ACT is not a requirement to be accepted. It is ACT to most colleges. It is either an ACT or a GPA. ACT can be a requirement for some colleges, some programs, and some scholarships. So sometimes 1 point can equal a whole lot of money. So each thing that you do. So that is how you can analyze your score, each of your sections, compare your rank, and then look and see, what do I need to focus on? What areas could I improve? So if this was mine, I would work on those sections of math and English, and then math and science. Over here, reading, the craft and structure, that was significantly lower than the other two. So that has potential to go up if you got more there. So every point that each one goes up will increase your overall composite score. The next page is talking about sending your scores. Remember, you can send up to 4 colleges for free your ACT score. You can always send more, and the ACT will charge you. So make sure that you are getting those sent whenever you register for the test. You can also check out the ACT College Planning Guide, and that will help steer you in some different areas. And then also, we don't utilize this right now, but it is something that you can definitely look at as far as where you would fall in this area. So I think this starts at, so that would start at 22 and then go all the way up. So if you have any questions, this is what each of you will be receiving. You will be getting that, so that this is how you can analyze and go through. Remember, your ACT scores are your business, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.